So we're going to start off with those legs nice and wide. So I want your toes to be pointing out towards the corners. I want you to release down through the shoulders. Please remember, if there's anything which isn't right for you, adapt it. You can always make it a little bit easier if you prefer. I want you to breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth, and every time you inhale, remember to let those ribs swing out wide and release it back down again as you exhale. We're going to continue that, and we're going to let the arms float forward. And we're going to press down as you exhale. So as you breathe in, float the arms forward, feeling the space with your ribs, and again releasing it down. Let's do that a couple more times. Breathing in and breathing out. In breath and out breath. Let's do 4 more of those, but this time we're going to bend the knees as well. We're going to drop the tailbone down and then press back up. So we're dropping the tailbone and pressing it back up. Dropping and pressing and dropping and holding it there. Let's do another big breath in, and as you breathe out, let's squeeze it for 8, 7, 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, good, and 1, and gently come all the way back up. This time, as you come down, your arms reach to the ceiling, and open out to the side. So we're going to reach the arms all the way up to the ceiling. And open out to the side. And again, breathing in. And breathing out. One more time. Breathing in. This time, breathe out. Keep the bend in the knees. Reach the arms to the side. Palms up. Bend the elbows. And we're going to do a little twist on the out breath. And bring it back to the center. And another little twist to the other side. And bring it back to the center. 2 more of these. Twist it. Remember, the lower body stays completely still. And twist it. Bring it back to the middle. Gently come all the way up as your arms release down. And I just want you to swivel from your heels so your toes are now pointing forwards. You've still got that nice wide stance. Let's bring one arm up to the ceiling. Palm in, pull it from your center. Up, over, and stretch to the side. And let it release. Other side, we're going to lift. Draw in and stretch to the side. And release it down. Let's repeat that again. Lift it. And stretch it. And releasing and lifting. And stretching. Good, and release it down. Remember to keep that pelvis again facing forward as we lift one arm up. And we're going to add a little bit of rotation and reach the arm to the back corner. Other side, reaching it up. Keep that pelvis facing forward as we open and twist. Twice more, lift it. Twist and stretch it to the back corner. Good, and 1 more to go. Lifting, twisting, reaching all the way to the back corner. Bring it down, give your shoulders a little roll round. Good, and then we're just going to walk the feet in and bring yourself into a parallel position with those feet. So now we can float up onto the toes as the arms now come forward again. And release it down. Let's bring those arms up a little higher, reaching it all the way up to the ceiling. And releasing it down. And again, floating all the way up to the ceiling. Remember to keep those ribs soft at the front of the body. 1 more time. Lifting all the way up to the ceiling. Hold it there. Palms in towards each other. Let's drop down onto the heels. That's your out breath. In breath again to drop. Bring yourself all the way back up into your balance. Do it again. Drop, drop, and lifting all the way up into your balance. So I'm going to drop, drop, and lift all the way up. 1 more time. Let's drop, drop, all the way back up into your balance. Turn your palms out to the side. Press those arms down. Bring the heels down. Lovely. Breathe in. And just use your out breath now to turn the head, look over the shoulder, and stretch through your neck. Drop the forehead to the shoulder, sweep it all the way across the chest, and bring it up on the other side. Let's just go back the other way. Forehead to shoulder, sweep it all the way across, really releasing and stretching through that neck. And bring it back to your starting position. Good. Okay, so you want to make sure you're at the top end of your mat because we're going to do our little press up routine. Remember, we roll down into our press up, do our press up, and come all the way back up. If you're unsure, remember just to watch or listen as we go through. So as you inhale, you lengthen through the back of the neck. As you exhale, you slowly start to come forward and down towards the floor. Once you get there, you breathe in and you use your out breath to walk your hands forward and bring yourself into your chosen plank position. It might be a full plank, it might be a half plank. Whichever it is, as you inhale, elbows go wide, you bring your chest down towards the floor. Breathe out to press back up. So as you inhale, you walk the hands in either to your knees or to your feet. Either way, you press your bottom towards the ceiling, and as you exhale, you just roll your body all the way back up again, nice and tall. Ready to go again. Breathing in, lengthening through the back of the neck. Breathing out as you start to slowly come forward and down to the floor. Once you get down there, in breath, out breath to walk forward, and again, come into your plank position. In breath, elbows bend, you bring your breastbone down. Out breath to press it back up. In breath to walk those hands back into either your toes or your knees. And again, we roll all the way back up. Nice and tall. We're going to be doing that 2 more times. Breathing in. Breathing out. Slowly coming forward and down. Bottom pushing gently up towards the ceiling. Breathe in. Use your out breath. Walk forward. And again, into your chosen plank. In breath as you bend the elbows, bring your chest down. Out breath to press back up. Lovely. Walking those hands back in again towards your toes or your knees. And gently roll all the way back up. The good news, we're only doing that 1 more time. Breathing in. Breathing out. Slowly again, coming forward and down. Make sure you're working around your center as you come down. Always support that back. Breathe in at the bottom. Breathe out to walk forward. Now the good news is we're going to be staying down here. The even better news is we're now going to do 4 little press-ups. So as you inhale, you bend the elbows wide, bring the chest down. Press back up on your out breath. In breath to lower. Out breath to press. 2 more to go. In breath to lower. Really pulling up from your center. And breathing in. And breathing out when you've finished your last one. If you haven't already, bring your knees onto the floor. Take a little wider. Sink your bottom all the way down towards your heels. Stretch those arms forward and just give yourself a lovely stretch through. Breathing in, breathing out. Excellent. Okay, so I want you to now come all the way forward and down onto your tummy. And we're going to go into a little bit of swimming. So again, remember to only ever go as far as is comfortable for you and stop at any level you might need to. We're going to take your arms in a soft free position, shoulders sliding down your back. Your legs are in a soft free position. And I want you to make sure your head is floating just away from the floor. So we're keeping that lovely length going through the neck as well as strengthening through the neck flexors. So with your pubic bone pressing down into the mat, drawing up from the center, let's breathe in. And as you breathe out, opposite arm and leg float away from the floor and they stretch away in opposition. Releasing it down as we inhale. Other side. Reaching away in opposition. And releasing it down. So we're going to press. And release. And press. So there's no wobbling side to side. Everything is staying central as we reach. And remember, if you need to, you stick to these singles. Otherwise, for the last 4, we're going to do doubles. We're going to reach away. And bring it down. And reach away. And bring it down. Twice more. Reach. And down. So if you're doing singles, just do your last one. If you're doing doubles, hold it up there. Do another big breath in, and as you breathe out, all I want you to do is just squeeze your heels together. And then take them wide. And again, squeeze your heels together. And take them wide. Twice more. Squeeze your heels, your inner thighs together. And one last time, squeeze. Bring it wide and release the legs and the arms all the way down. Lovely. Back up onto all fours. Round your spine. Drop the tailbone. And then just walk the hands in towards your knees. Swing those legs under. Bring yourself far forward enough on your mat that you've got plenty of space behind you. Because we're going to go into roll up. And maybe one or two of you who need a little towel, roll underneath your lower back. Remember to place it there. So we're just going to start off with our basic roll up. Starting off tall on your sitting bones, reaching those arms forward. Let's breathe in. And as we exhale, we start with that little tuck under. Slowly starting to roll down towards the floor. The arms can come down by your side, but better still, they lift to the ceiling and you reach it back. Arms will then lift, head will lift, and we're just going to peel all the way back up into that nice tall seated position. In breath, out breath, tucking under and rolling down. And I want a lovely fluid movement. No stopping, starting, always some little part of your body moving into the next part of the exercise. Coming up tall, in breath, out breath, tucking under. And gently coming down. Try to place each bone down one after the next. Just being aware when you take your arms behind you, you're not arching your back away from the floor. Good. And remember to stick to those if that's enough for you. Otherwise, we're going to go into our little bent leg teaser, which means we come down on the out breath, but we now hold it here to breathe in. And as you exhale, your arms, your head, and your legs start to gently pull in towards the center, and we come up into a little balance. Hold it there, breathe in, breathe out, we come back down. Now you can just bring the feet down and then slide them away. Or better still, next time, you'll be sliding the legs away at the same time as your upper body coming down. In breath, out breath. Reaching it away. Breathing in, breathing out. Lifting. And you're always on that nice fleshy part of your bottom, not on your sitting bones when we come into that balance. If that's too much for you, just go back to your basic roll-up. Lovely. Good. We're going to do 2 more of these if you can. That's it, good. And on your last one, if it feels comfortable enough, I would like you to hold it there. Slide the shoulder blades down your back. You've got that lovely little rib hip connection. That stays there. I want you to breathe in, and as you breathe out, you're going to drop one foot down and lift. Other foot comes down and lift. And again, drop and lift. Drop and lift. One more time on each side. Lovely. And then come all the way down. And this time we're going to stay down there. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen through. Full body stretch. And then bring those knees one after the other in towards the chest. Hug them in, give your back a nice little massage. Excellent. Feet then come down one after the other. And we have the feet, the knees, and the hip bones all in alignment. Your upper back is wide, it's heavy, and it's relaxed down into the floor. Your feet are heavy, your pelvis is heavy, your arms, everything is just releasing down for the moment as we breathe in deep and wide and use the out breath to release your body a little bit more. Again, breathing in and breathing out. We're going to do 2 more of those nice deep breaths. Next time though you breathe out, I want you to tilt the pelvis back. Lumbar spine melts down into the floor and then releases back through into your neutral. So again, we tilt back on the out breath and we release back into that neutral pelvis, resting on your sacrum. I'd like you to then place your fingertips lightly onto your hip bones. Full glass of water balance on your belly. Your upper body completely relaxed as we do a few little knee drops. So breathe in to prepare and out as we start to let one knee drop to the side. In breath to return it back to the middle. And remember that full glass of water stays balanced the whole way through. Floating again back to the middle. Let's do that 4 more times, just gently dropping, remaining right in the middle of your pelvis the whole way through, just making sure the other leg isn't dropping out to compensate for the other leg. That's good. So we've got a couple more of those left to go. But we're going to stay with this work for stability, and we're going to take, instead of taking the knee to the side, we're going to do a little walk. So next time, we're going to be peeling your foot away from the floor and floating your knee directly up above your hip. Floating it down as you inhale, and then changing to the other side. Bearing in mind, every time you lift that knee, you should not feel your lumbar spine pressing into the floor. Your pelvis remains absolutely stable. Out breath to lift, in breath to lower. And when you bring the feet down, lots of little sharp pieces of broken glass underneath your feet. You've got to place it down really gently. Lovely. And I want you just to do that a couple more times. Still trying to keep that upper body as relaxed as you can. And then we're going to bring the first leg up and we're going to hold it up there in your 1 leg 100. Please remember, you can work from 1 leg 100 should you prefer. It is Thursday, it is intermediate. We're going to try and lift the other leg up as well. Okay, so remember to make that little imprint. Draw your ribs a little closer down towards your hips. You're going to keep that feeling at the middle of your back, sinking down into the floor. Keep that 90-degree angle underneath the knee. And as we exhale, one at a time, the leg gently drops down. We tap the toes onto the floor and bring it back up. And on the other side, we do a little tap and a lift. Dropping down and releasing it back up. And drop. And lift, lovely. Remember, keep that 90-degree angle under the knee. Don't shorten that angle. Keep it open. Good. Couple more times. Same amount, of course, on both legs. Lovely. And once you've done your final one, brought the leg back up, hold it there. Because all I want you to do is to gently lift your head, your neck, your shoulders, and look right through the middle of those thighs. Remember, you can always support your head if you prefer. Let's take one leg away, draw the other knee all the way in towards the shoulder. Make sure you keep those legs aligned with your hips as we go into single leg stretch. In breath to prepare, out breath to change. For 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and press, and press. Good. Let's do a deflection through the foot. Push the heel away. Press, press, and press. For 4. Really push that leg away. 2, and 1. Bring both legs back. Hold the leg. Take the hands and now support the head. So the back of the neck stays long. Your head is nice and heavy in your hands. But we're still lifted right up there and looking through the middle of those thighs as we go straight into crisscross. Breathing in and out. Let's twist it. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. 6. Try and bring the shoulder right across to the knee. Let's do a flexion. Push the heel away. Now really lift. Keep that lift. Don't let that upper body drop down. We've got 4 more to go. 3 more to go. Lovely. 2 more to go. Twist. Twist. Last time. Last one. Bring it back to the middle. And relax it all the way down. Draw those knees in towards the chest. Give your back another little massage. Good. And bring the feet down onto your mat. Lovely. We're going to roll now over onto your side where I need you to have a loop. Maybe you can always make your loop out of your band. Don't worry if you don't have a loop, you just do it without. Those with the loop, it's just a little harder. So I'm going to take that loop all the way over your feet, all the way and up and over the top of your knees. I want you then to come down onto your side. If you prefer to have a lift underneath your head, then obviously place it there. Otherwise, your head is going to be supported by your arm. Whether it's bent or lengthened is up to you. But we're in that nice little clown position. You've got your hips stacked up one on top of the other. Your shoulders are also stacked up one on top of the other. And remember, with that lovely line going through your spine, you should be able to tuck a couple of fingers just underneath your waist, so we're working gently around the obliques as well. Let's breathe in. And as you breathe out, top knee lifts, and we press it up for 1. And for 2. Good. And 3. And 4. Lovely. All the time, keeping that pelvis nice and still. And press. Good. Press. 1 more like that. And then we're going to do a full lift. Whole leg is going to press up. And release down. So the whole leg lifts and releases. And lift and release. And lift. Lovely. 4 more to go. Press. And press. And press. Good. We're changing it slightly next time. We're going to come up for the count of 3. So I want you to come up 1, a little higher, higher still, down for the count of 1. So we come up 3, 2, 1, down for 1. Again, 3, 2, 1, and down for 1, 3, 2, good. In reverse, up for 1, down for 3. Press. Slowly. Slowly bringing it down. And again, press. Slowly. Slowly bringing it down. Twice more. Let's press. Slowly. Slowly down. One more time. Press. And I want you to stop at the count of 2. Hold it there. And we're just going to finish off making a little circle from the hip with a knee. Let's go for 1. Lift for 2. Lift for 3. Lift for 4. 2 more. Lift. Good. Lift. And in the other direction, let's go again for 6. Lift for 5. Lift for 4. Lift for 3. And for 2. And for 1. And let that leg gently relax all the way down. You just give a little rub, little pat, do so. And then we're going to roll over onto the other side. So, once you get down there, make sure your head is supported either with a pillow cushion or just with your arm, wherever feels more comfortable. Shoulders are stacked up, hips are stacked up. You've got that nice little triangle position between your heels, your knees, and your hips. And of course, that lovely line through your spine, working around those obliques the whole way through. Let's breathe in, and as we exhale, top knee lifts, and we press it up and release it down. Press and release. Press. Good. And press. 4 more of these. Pushing up. Good. And pushing it up. And push. And push. Lovely. Whole leg now lifts. Foot as well as the knee. That's it. So we're going to lift. And down. Lift. And down. And lift. Good. 4 more. Push. Remember, you can stop anytime you need to. Have a little rest. You can always join back in if you wish. Press. Good. Okay. Up for the count of 3. So we're coming up 1. A little bit higher. Higher still. Down for 1. So again, coming 1, 2, 3. Down for 1. Let's come up 3, 2, 1. Down for 1. One more time. 3, 2, 1. Down for 1. Up for 1. Down for 3. Press it up there. Slowly. Slowly bringing it down. And again, press. Slowly. Slowly bringing it down. Just 2 more. Press. Slowly bringing it down. Good. Last time. Press it all the way up. But bring it down to level 2. Hold it there. Let's make those little circles around. For 1. Lift for 2. The bigger you make the circles, the harder you're working into your bottom. That's it. Good. Twice more in that direction. Roll it round. Lift. Roll it round. Back in the other direction. Let's lift and circle for 6. And for 5. Lift for 4. Lift for 3. And 2. And 1. And just release those legs all the way down. Brilliant. Okay, let's remove the band. Thank goodness for that. And let's roll over again onto your tummy. So this time we're going to go into Swan Dive. We're going to start getting a little bit of extension through your spine. So with your legs in a soft V position, arms just on the outside of your mat, forehead gently resting down, length through the back of the neck, and drawing up from the center. Let's make the first 3 of these small. So all I need you to do as you exhale is to press down through the forearms, pull up from your center, push that little marble out from underneath your nose. Start to float the head, start to float the breastbone, and just come to the bottom of your ribcage. And then release it down again as you breathe in. So as you breathe out, slide the shoulder blades down, pull forward, and extend into that upper back. Releasing it down again on that next breath. Let's do it like that at least once more, but please remember, if you'd rather work at this level, that's enough for your back, then that's what you do. Otherwise, we're going to try and make them a bit bigger now. So we're going to be pulling forward, floating the breastbone, pulling up navel to spine. And now you're going to squeeze your bottom, press the legs away, and continue all the way up. And into that lovely extension, releasing back down again on that next breath. So we're going to pull forward, draw up from the center, peel those abdominal muscles all the way off the mat. Maybe you're drawing your navel to spine all the way through this exercise. Good. And again, drawing forward, peeling up, lifting, lengthening, and releasing it back down. Let's do that at least twice more. So we're trying to get as much space between the breastbone and the toes as you can. Got one more left to go. Good, very nice. Once you have released your final one, all the way back down, I'd like you to bring your hands underneath your shoulders and gently press yourself all the way up onto your hands and your knees. So I want your hands directly underneath your shoulders. I want your knees directly underneath your hips. So remember, you don't want to look at your elbows, and your head wants to be lifted and aligned with the rest of your spine. I want you to then tuck under with your toes. And as you exhale, we're just going to float those knees fractionally away from the floor, with that upper back wide and strong, holding it there as you breathe. Good. Let's do another big breath in. And as you breathe out, I want you to start to lengthen through the back of your knees and push your bottom up to the ceiling. Take the weight then back over your feet and try to press your heels closer down towards the mat. Hold it there, breathe in. And as you breathe out, bring the weight back, bend the knees, and bring them down until they are hovering just above the floor. Let's do that one more time. Breathing in. Breathing out. Pressing up your bottom to the ceiling. Take the weight back. And again, try to press those heels a little bit closer down towards the floor. If you can, try to push your bottom a little higher. And still then press your heels down. Now this time, breathe in. As you breathe out, keep the knees long. And again, bring the weight forward, so we are now in a full plank position. Lovely. So your head should be beyond your fingertips. You're holding it there. If you can, as you exhale, I'd like you to lift one leg up And bring it down, same leg lifts again, squeeze. And bring it down one more time, let it lift. And bring it down, other side. Lift the leg. And release, twice more. Squeeze it up. Bring it down, one more to go. Squeeze it up. And bring it down, bend those knees. Sink again all the way back onto your heels. Rest it down, reach your arms forward. And a nice big breath in and out. Good, very nice. Swap those hands in towards your knees. Swing your legs under. And let's go into spine twist. So remember, if sitting in this position isn't comfortable for you, you can always do it from a kneeling position, but just be very aware of your stability. Otherwise, we're sitting here, tall on those sitting bones. Legs can be lengthened, legs can be bent, it's up to you. I want you to start off in gentle prayer position, slide the shoulder blades down. Now remember, your chin stays directly above your fingertips, and your thumbs just stay gently connected with the breastbone. Let's breathe in. As we exhale, we start to twist to one side. And bring it back to the middle as you inhale. And on the other side, we twist. And every single time we twist, we become a little bit taller. So again, we're being drawn right up to the crown of the head, but we're going to keep the weight even over those sitting bones. Good, and again, we twist. And if you want to keep your hands there, please do so. Otherwise, we're going to reach the arms out in front. Let's keep the shoulder blades sliding down and repeat it again. Twisting on the out breath. Bring it back to the center on the in breath. Twisting. And back to the center. So remember, we're always trying to wrap right around the rib cage. Wrapping, wrapping, wrapping it round. Bring it back to the middle. Just do that one more time. Twisting. Bringing it back to the center. And let's just release those arms all the way down. Good. Draw the legs in. Okay, let's see if we can do a little bit of rolling. So remember, we want to round that spine. If you start off with your hands at the back of your thighs, that can help to give you a lovely round position through your back. You're going to bring your legs up so you're in a little balance and press those legs firmly into your hands to open up even more. Just make sure it doesn't go up into your shoulders. So as we inhale, we gently roll back. And as we exhale, we come back up into our balance. So we're breathing in to come back and breathing out to come forward. In, breath and out, breath. And once you've done that one more time, if that felt relatively easy, you can of course take the hands now onto the shins or onto the ankles, a slightly tighter ball, and we do the same again. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. That's it, good. One more like that. And then we're going to try and go into the seal. So we're going to take those knees a little wider, reach through the middle of your thighs, hold around your ankles. Remember your flippers. So we're coming back as we inhale. Forward as we exhale. 1, 2, 3 with your feet. So we're breathing in and breathing out. 1, 2, and 3. And some of you will now be able to hold it back there and do those 3 little flippers there as well. Coming back, 1, 2, 3, coming forward. 1, 2, 3. Trying to get that sense of control. Lovely. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3. and breathing out. Just got one more left to go if you can. In breath, out breath. Good, excellent. Okay, bring yourself back up into a seated position. Let's lengthen the legs, lengthen the arms, come all the way back down onto the mat. Once you get there, let's bend those knees. And again, feet, knees, hips, all back into alignment, upper back, nice and wide, heavy. And let's go into shoulder bridge. So breathe in to prepare, and breathe out as we tilt back through the pelvis. Sink your spine into the mat. Slowly start to peel up from your hip bones, one bone after the next, all the way up and into your bridge. Hold it there to breathe in deep and wide. Breathing out again to come back down. Upper back, middle back, or lower back. And return through again into your neutral. Ready to go again. Going to tilt and peel and roll. All the way up into your bridge. This time, once you hold it there, let's float the arms up to the ceiling. That's your in-breath. Out-breath, coming back down. Through the spine, one bone after the next. Last thing down are your hips. In-breath, we float the arms again down beside you. So just want to make as much comfortable movement through the spine as you can, both on the way up and on the way down. So it's a lovely ease of movement. Good. I'd like you to do that twice more. So we're tilting, peeling, rolling. Coming all the way back down now. On your second one, I'd like you to come all the way up into your bridge. I'd like you to hold it there. Now, depending on how you work and how strong you feel, you can, of course, keep those arms firmly on the floor beside you, pressing them down, get a little bit of work into the triceps. You want to work a little harder, however, you bring your arms up to the ceiling. And all we're going to do is peel one foot away from the floor and gently stretch that leg up to the ceiling. As you exhale, flex the foot, start to draw a line down until your knees are parallel. Lengthen the foot, bring the leg back up to the ceiling. We do it again. We flex and we lower. And we lengthen and lift. One more time. Flex, lower. Lengthen and lift. Bring that foot back down. And bring the other leg up to the ceiling. Let's repeat that again. Flex and lower. Knees are parallel. Lengthen and lift. Again. Flex and lower. If it's too much with your arms lifted, place those arms on the floor. One more time. Flex, lower, lengthen and lift. Bend the leg, bring it down. Slowly articulate all the way back down through your spine. Lengthen into neutral. Hold it there. As you inhale, take your arms all the way out to the side and let them just rest on the floor beside you. Walk your feet together. Your knees are together. Your inner thighs are together. Let's go into hip roll. Breathing in and out as we drop those knees to one side. Roll your head in the opposite direction. Just make sure your shoulder blades stay on the mat. Press those knees right to that forward diagonal. Hold it there, breathe in. Breathe out, draw down from the center and float it back to the middle. Let's breathe in and out to do the same on the other side. Dropping the knees, pressing them slightly to that forward diagonal, looking out again towards your outstretched palm. Breathe into the side, breathe out to float everything back to the middle. I'd like you to do that 4 more times. Drawing down navel to spine every time you return it back to the center. Dropping those knees, pressing them away. Good, nice. Twice more left to go. And take as much time as you need to over this exercise. It's such a lovely stretch. And when you have completed your final one, you can just draw those knees one after the other in towards your chest. Hug them in. Give your back a gentle little rock side to side. Lovely. And I want you to then bring one leg down onto the floor. And I want you to take your hands at the back of the other thigh. Now remember, it doesn't matter how much you lengthen the leg. What matters is that you feel a stretch in your hamstrings. Your underneath leg can remain bent, or of course you can lengthen it. All we're going to do as we now inhale is do 3 little taps with your heel towards your thigh. So you're going to breathe in, 2, 3. As you breathe out, you try to lengthen that leg as much as you can. So we're breathing in, 2, 3, breathing out to lengthen. So we're breathing in, 2, 3, breathing out to lengthen. Good, breathing in, 2, 3, and breathing out. Next time, flex the foot. Bring the heel in, 1, 2, 3, and try to push your heel to the ceiling. And again, heel comes in, 2, 3, press it up to the ceiling. Good, twice more. And press. One more time, 1, 2, 3, and press. I want you to let go of the leg, lengthen up as much as you can, and either bring your arms down by your side. You can always place your hands on your hips if you prefer, or bring your arms up to the ceiling. I want you to feel your pelvis is cemented down into the mat, and I just want you to make a little circle on the ceiling with your foot. So we're breathing in for half a circle, and we're breathing out to complete the circle. But we're not moving the pelvis. We're keeping that pelvis completely stable. Let's go back in the other direction. Just rolling it round. You can make these as big or small as you need to, so you don't move that pelvis. If it's easier to do it with a bent leg, your hamstrings are really tight, bent leg is fine. You're going to bring that final one back to the middle, release that leg down, bring the other leg in towards you. Hold again, gently at the back of the thigh. Underneath leg can be bent or lengthened. And when you're ready, we're going to breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Breathe out to lengthen that leg all the way up. And again, we're breathing in. 2, 3, and lengthen. Breathing in. 2, 3, and lengthen. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Lengthen. So we flex the foot now. Bring the heel in. 1, 2, 3, and press it to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, and press it to the ceiling. Good. Twice more. Now it doesn't matter if you don't lengthen all the way through the back of that knee, just as far as you can. Good, and lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Then we're going to let go of that leg. If you need to just bend it at the knee for this next exercise, that's what you do. Hands can be on the floor, they can be on your hips, or again, you can reach them up to the ceiling, which gives you a little bit more work around your center, less stability with your arms. One leg circle, in breath for half a circle, out breath to bring it all the way back. So we're breathing in, breathing out, remaining on your sacrum the whole way through. And then we're going to go back in the other direction. So you're drawing on the ceiling with either your toes or your knee. Lovely. Once you finish that next one, we're just going to release everything down. Good. So both knees are now bent, both feet on the floor. Let's cross one leg over the other. You can cross it over at the knee, or you can cross it over at the ankle. Tilt back through the pelvis, draw those knees in, and hold wherever you need to, just to keep those legs drawn in and get that lovely stretch around the hip, around the glutes. Just breathing deep and wide. Lovely. Okay, let's relax those legs all the way back down and cross them. And do the same on the other side. Knee over knee or ankle over the knee. Slightly different stretch, whatever works best for you. Draw the legs in. Hold them in there. And remember, when you've got those knees pulled in, what will tend to happen is your bottom will try to lift. I want you to keep the knees where they are and see if you can lengthen that tailbone a little bit closer down towards the floor. So we're just opening up through those muscles a little bit more. Good. And again, just release those legs down, uncross them. Let's bring them back in towards the chest. Let the knees drop away from each other. Reach to the middle of your thighs and a little bit of resistance there. And while you're holding that stretch, just a gentle circle into your ankles. And then back in the other direction. Lovely, good. And then bring the arms on the outside of your knees and draw them back into the center. Give your back a little massage as you just rock side to side. And then bring those feet down. Lengthen the legs, lengthen those arms. Remember, you can always hold the back of your thigh for this one if you need to, but we're going to roll ourselves up if possible. Squeeze into your center and just bring yourself all the way up, nice and tall. Let's place then one hand on the floor, and again, your knees can be bent or lengthened, it's up to you. We're going to bring the other arm up to the ceiling. Palm in, pull in, let's lift up and over, and as we go over, press right down into the opposite hip. So we're opening, opening, opening. That's it, and releasing it back down. Other side, we're going to lift. And again, we're going to stretch it through. And release it down. Let's repeat that again. If we can, we're going to go round the world. So we reach, we stretch to the corner, we sweep it across. The hand then comes to support you as you reach to the other corner and then to the side wall, and then bring it all the way down. Let's try the other side. Lifting, reaching, twist to the corner or in from your center, sweep it across. Reach to the other corner, reach to the side, and bring it down. One more time each way. Lifting, work in opposition. Stretch, sweep it across. So as soon as the hand comes down, the opposite hip pushes into the floor. Lovely. One more time left to go. Let's lift, stretch, twist and sweep it across. Lovely. Bringing it again all the way down beside you. Excellent. Draw those legs in, swing them under, and come back onto your hands and your knees. One last little bit of effort. I'd like you to walk your hands forward again, just a little bit further forward on your mat, but then I'd like you to come down onto your elbows. Now make sure, if you need to, you take those knees a little bit further away. You want to have your shoulders above your elbows. You should be able to feel a bit of work around your center. Your upper back is wide and strong, and your head is lifted. If you can, with your toes tucked under, you lengthen through the back of one of your knees, you lengthen through the back of the other knee, and you just hold that for a couple of breaths. If you want to work a little bit harder, as you inhale, you slide your body forward. As you exhale, you slide it back and press away with your heels to get a little stretch around the lower leg. One more time, we slide it forward. And we slide it back. Bring it back to the middle. If you haven't already, bring your knees down. Take them a little wider. Walk the elbows in. And just sink all the way back onto those heels. Breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. Walk those hands in towards your knees. Let's tuck under again with those toes. Lift the knees. Gently lengthen through the back of the legs and draw in from the center and just start to roll your body all the way up. Nice and tall. And once you get up there, I want you to give those shoulders another little roll round. Let the shoulders release down. Let's give your arms a big circle round. In breath, out breath, and release them all the way down by your side. Little shake through those arms. Excellent. Well done, everybody. Very nice.